images and control. The design of the whole system is by images that resonates. The resonance would have an energetic effect on the observer, which then acts. So the observer will look at the whole system. It's like if you look at a hawk flying over the farm, they are looking for the images that's in their pre-programmed design on which they then act. These particular hawks, we've been observing them for some time now, and they would then either dive down and catch a lizard or a bird or a chicken sometimes. But the ducklings that's in the dam or around the dam, they leave them alone. They're not part of the image in their memory bank that represents food. And we just had a bird in the kitchen coming to see what's there too. Find to eat. First time the birds are in the house now. Got many of them. And they've traveled from far and wide and have been communicating about food availability on the farm. Fascinating. And it's continuously increasing. So it's all to do with, fascinatingly enough, in terms of reality imagery. Some of the images that control the human being extensively has anything to do with sex and procreation, sexual attraction and so on. So identify within yourself, what is it that stimulates you as an image? Is it the way the hips are rounded? Is it the breasts? Is it the chin? Is it the ears? Is it the hair? Is it the scalp? Is it the toes? Identify the imagery, the thing that you would normally pick up and you'll respond to, and deprogram yourself. Take those things out because they are controlling you. And only once you start realizing the pattern that controls you, the images that control you, you'll start seeing how your belief systems are controlled through these images that's controlling you, and that all your decisions are controlled through these images, and you end up then following a pattern that is controlled by image as stimulant, confirming obviously the obvious pre-programmed design. And why would God need you to be pre-programmed in design and controlled by images? Only if you're a slave would that be necessary. Otherwise you would have real free will. And so fascinatingly enough, it's like going through cycles of so-called worrying about what's going on in the world, while what's really actually happening is simply image control. And in those images you look at making sure you have enough money, enough food. You have a look at how things are progressing, and there's new machines, new cell phones, new games, and all of those images stimulates to you the idea of evolution. But that's not evolution. That's pre-programmed design. You're just a slave. Look at these things. It's very important to identify all images that is controlling you. Share about it. Share how you identified it. You'll see some of those as when you walk through a shopping mall. You'll start noticing what images stimulates you. Also have a look if you utilize alcohol, for instance. You'll see that the stimulants will change. Alcohol changes the way you are stimulated. You'll change in your behavior and the way you talk, everything. Also observe when your voice changes, when different people walk into the room. That will indicate the level of your relationship with the person. It's all to do with imagery. And in many cases the imagery is about imagination, which you have created the image through masturbation. While you were masturbating, you were imagining particular points. And those points of stimulus in your masturbation would be the points you'll try and make real in the physical world. And it doesn't want to work. And then you wonder why. It was just an illusion. You've created an illusion. You try to make it real in the real world. The real world is the physical. Get to know the physical and get out of the illusion. Check out the images of imagination and watch how that controls you. That's resonances. It's not something you see in your mind. You see it in the way you respond to an image. You suddenly see a short shirt, a short skirt, and you immediately would look about, wonder if she's got panties on. That's an image. That's something that controls you. It stimulates you. You think that happens to every person? No, it doesn't. It happens to you and the other ones that it happens to, but not to everyone. It all depends on your pre-programmed design, what you are stimulated with as image. And that doesn't make you unique. Many people have got the same thing. Nobody just talks about it because you all feel ashamed at some level that you are actually controlled by images so easily. You're such an easy prey for slavery, and that's why you pray to God, set me free, please, please release me, please save me from myself, because I know what I'm doing. Isn't that wonderful? Now you want God to save you. Would you help somebody when they are actually knowing what they're doing, or would you insist that they actually stop themselves? You know the answer. You will insist. God is insisting. You stop yourself, or pay the price. The symbol of Jesus Christ, what does it actually open up within you is the fear of death, fear of suffering. It says, I don't want to suffer like that. I will rather follow. I am the great follower because I am scared of torture and suffering, dying on the cross. He's greater. Jesus is greater than me. He did it, and I will honor that, and God will forgive me because Jesus died for my sins. And so the whole image develop as you're imagining it, to try and bury your guilt for your own atrocities that's happening in every moment as you walk through this world, and you respond to the imagery and your programming and the thoughts that enter in your mind, and you don't want to talk about it, and you look at it, and at night you scream and pray, and you try and replace all these imageries with love, 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 love. Just let it go away. But why don't you just understand how it works? Learn that you need to stop it. You know, equality, destiny will give you the real deal.